Let's go, let's go, let's go. You're watching Kicking It with GDOVE. I got the coffee mug to prove it. See, that's my name on there. Kicking It with G. This is No Imposter. This is me. I'm GDOVE, and I'm here with you, sharing some time with you and sharing some people with you that I find interesting, fascinating, and are doing good and positive things. And nobody fits that bill better than my dear friend SHERYL Grant. SHERYL is a globally recognized transformational wealth. No, hold on, I want to get this right. So hold on one second. Put this up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. A globally recognized transformational wellness expert, an award-winning bodybuilder, and a former Silicon Valley executive whose powerful story and proprietary Connect Dots system are inspiring a movement for total mind, body, and spirit transformation. We're going to talk about that kind of thing and all kinds of things when I bring to the stage my dear friend, Miss SHERYL Grant. SHERYL, how are you?
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, GDOVE, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. And I love everything that you're doing and everything that you stand for, my friend.
And I can say ditto, the same for you, because that's we've been friends for a long time and helped each other in a lot of different ways. And I'm glad to be able to share your story for a little bit with some of my folks that know me a little bit too, okay?
Yes.
Sure, there's so much that we can talk about. You sent me a nice little resume or a bio or something like that, but I know we're going to settle in a little bit later on one particular topic. But tell the folks what you've been doing. Like I said, you were in the Silicon Valley. When I met you, you were with the 100 Black Women of the Bay, or maybe even met you before that, but you've always been doing things in the community and always been making things happen. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about how SHERYL Grant became SHERYL Grant.
Well, we don't have that much time today, but we're going to keep
We've got 17 to 20 minutes,
Yeah,
SHERYL.
we're going to keep it very short. I'm going to
Okay.
give you a 30,000 foot story.
All right.
So again, Jerry has already introduced me. My name is SHERYL Grant, and international fitness champion. I became Miss Olympia at the age of 55, but my story, how I got there truly was I was in corporate America, 30 plus years, and what most people call a glass ceiling for me, and still is for many others, it's a brick ceiling, especially for women of color. And it seemed as though no matter what I did, I couldn't do enough in order to penetrate that ceiling. I was the top 1% in sales, which mean for me at that time, selling $5 million worth of product every 90 days.
Wow.
And as long as I got to do that, I got to keep my job. However, while facing micro aggressions and just different things, I really started to doubt myself, Jerry. I got to a point where I became depressed, anxiety, and just couldn't figure out what can I do to break the ceiling. I never felt enough. I never felt good enough. And there was no one that looked like me that I could actually go to talk to. And so I decided to go on an inward journey. And I figured since I couldn't change that, I would change me. And that journey led me to become Miss Olympia. And it literally changed my life. And when I came up with something called the Connect Dot system, which is a methodology that I also I combined my journey through Miss Olympia, as well as when I went back to grad school, I got my master's in leadership development, and I created something called the Seaport Matrix, which we'll talk about a little later. But those two things really led me to understand the power that we have within us, and that it's never too late to reinvent yourself, which is why I'm so glad to be here to talking to you, Jerry, and your audience about this very important subject, especially at this time. I'm proud to say it, Jerry. Everybody who knows me knows I have no shame in my age. I'm 64 years old, and I thank God because I know so many people, just less, let alone this year, that didn't make it, that are dear
Right.
friends of mine, that are younger than me, that didn't make it. So I find it an honor and a privilege. And anytime I can give any insight to anybody else so you can be the best version of you, then I know I'm living my life's purpose and what God has created me to do. So I've been doing a lot of things. As Jerry knows, I've been on the Sherry Show. I've
Okay, hold on, sure. You're throwing a lot of stuff at us. I got to come back and fill in some blanks here
because
for
you know,
you.
you give me the mic, I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah.
run.
Well, I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. So let's talk about, because everybody heard you when you said Miss Olympia. So we got to talk about that. Here's again, like my Kicking It with GW mug. Here's proof of you being a winner and a workout queen that you are. So
Yes.
when did it? I think you've done this 2 different times in your life, right? Did you do it when you
I
were
have
younger?
literally been training for over 38 years, and I've been competitively training, which is a different kind of training, for 10 years. I have won many different championship, but Miss Olympia is like the pinnacle that you reach. And so I did that at the age of 55. Now I have entered other competitions since that time, but that's when I won Miss Olympia.
Okay, and so how does one go about deciding that I'm going to compete in Miss Olympia as opposed to just looking good in my bikini? When did you decide to take that next step on, and what all is involved? Is it eating, training, working out, stopping doing things, sleeping, all those things? I'm assuming are part of it, but how do you do that, and what does it take inside you to make you a winner?
Well, the thing that I want to say, first of all, to your audience and especially to women, you're all winners. But anything that you do is a mindset. I don't care what it is. If you're not there in your mind, you're not going to get there. And you, especially for Miss Olympia, that's a different kind of an animal. We can all work out. There's a difference between working out and training. And so to get in a training mindset, a champion mindset, you have to be willing to put in the work. And that is, there's no more excuses about what you eat. If you have to think about what you eat, you've already lost. If you have to think about if you're going to go to the gym, you already lost. It's about keeping up a regimen where you're working out anywhere from 2.5 hours a day, and you're doing it over a stretched period of time. And one of the greatest gifts in any kind of competition, at least for me, and why I came up with the FIT methodology, which we'll talk about, is truly creating community around that. I don't think that I could have done it without my community. Maybe I could have, but to me, what really helped me was because I was surrounded around a lot of powerful women. And I'm going to name 5 of them, or there's 5 that come to mind that were a part of that journey with me. Had it not been for them, I don't know that I would have been able to make it. And I didn't, I wanted to win, Jerry. But I wanted to win. I went in the competition to win, but I really went in to transform my body. And as a result, I actually won. So it wasn't that that was my win or all. It wasn't like if I didn't win, I'm going to go do this championship. No, I went in to transform my body. So 2 things were accomplished within one. Not only did I transform my body, actually 3. Not only did I transform my body, I transformed my mind, and I won the highest title within the bodybuilding competition in my category. So mind you, there's different categories within bodybuilding. I did the lowest rung, which is bikini competition.
And so again, I'm going to ask some questions that may seem like dumb questions, but there's a lot of people out here that want to know, like me. So bodybuilding is not weightlifting, right? So because weightlifters, is that a whole different thing?
No, that's a part of bodybuilding. Weightlifting is a part. There's just classes in which you're competing in terms of that. I think that, and there's many different leagues out there that you can do that in. But weightlifting, now, when you say weightlifting, I'm thinking in terms of to become a bodybuilder, you have to lift weights.
Sure.
So they kind of go hand in hand. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding your question.
Well, I guess what I'm asking, are you physically strong or physically toned? Or, you mean, can you lift up the side of a car?
I'm not trying to lift up a side of a car.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is tone my body. What that has to do with is just eating the right food. So a part of the regimen for any bodybuilder is understanding, one, your nutrition. It's a 70-30 rule whenever you're doing any kind of competition. 30% is what you do in the gym. So 30% is what you do in the gym. That's lifting the weights, that's doing the push-ups, that's doing the sit-ups, that's doing all the things that you need to do. And especially lifting heavy, And you're never too old or too young to lift heavy. So, or, I'm thinking of, when I say young, I'm thinking of 20 or older to lift heavy. But 70% is what you do outside of the gym. Are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough sleep? And nutrition is everything. Abs are not made in the gym. Abs are made in the kitchen. So it's all about what you eat. And even when you think you're eating good, you want to times that times 7. So I want to say that your eating it's on a different level. You're not eating for it to taste good necessarily. You're eating it for it to fuel your body and to understand the mechanics of how your body works and how your body processes food so that you can lean out and get that toned look when you see. I will say to you that most Miss Olympia champions, that's not a sustained look. So in other words, that's not the way you're going to look. You have to almost drain your body to look like that.
Mm,
So it's not sustainable. What you want to do is get in the best shape of your life. That's why I say Miss Olympia is not for everybody, but it's
right.
not to say you can't do it. Anybody who puts their mind to it, I believe you have an opportunity to hit the goal. I don't care who you are. If you
Mhm.
mentally prepare and you do the work, you have an opportunity. Absolutely.
All right, so you have to do all those things, and then on top of that, you have to have some kind of modeling, I imagine, and some kind of uh, ability to acknowledge, to show people how beautiful you are when you're posing and all that kind of thing. And
Well,
it's just,
that's
I'm
a part
guessing,
of it.
yeah.
That's a
So
part of it. You have to do, it's not modeling, but they call it posing. So
posing, okay.
with every organization, depending upon what league you're in, I did all natural
Hmm.
because most of the other leagues that are out there, they don't require testing. And I didn't want to, and that's not a I wanted to compete with people who were doing natural, because if you're taking any kind of supplements or anything outside of what is industry or acceptable, I'm not going to be able to compete with you because you're taking steroids, you're taking other things that are going to help you to look like that versus
Hmm.
just doing it naturally. So,
Right.
one of the things that, Jerry, I really want to dive into, because I think that for every woman out there or any man out there that really is about this is a bigger picture than this. I
Hmm.
love the Miss Olympia and I love everything that it did for me, but it truly is a bigger message out there. Women right now are walking in depression, and we're doing it silently, Jerry. And there's so many things that we're doing, from taking care of aging parents to really aging ourselves. I'm not the same as when I was in my 30s, nor do I want to be in my 30s, but I do want to be the best version of 60. And just because you're 60 doesn't mean that you can't still look good and you can't still feel good. And we
Hmm.
have the demands on our life, Jerry. We have demands, like I said, of everything I just listed. We have depression, we have kids we're dealing with, we have husbands we dealing with,
Hmm.
nieces
Hmm.
and nephews. And then on top of that, we have the world, which is on fire right now. We have to acknowledge that. We can't
Hmm.
walk around with our eyes closed like that's not happening. But what we have to start to do is ask ourselves, what are you doing to take care of you? Because trust me, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your auntie, niece, or nephew is not coming to save you.
Right.
So fitness to me is just more than about getting on that stage. Fitness is your fuel to life and you being the best version of you. And the best time to start is now. And you're never too old. You're never too old to start. But what you have to recognize is this: how much do we love so much, Jerry? We give so much. When do we start loving ourselves? It's a
Right.
return to loving ourselves. So I just wanted to state that.
Yeah, that's what you want. And then before we get too much further, you said there was 5 women that you wanted to acknowledge in your village that you wanted to give love to. So let's do that before we go into anything deeper, because you brought them up.
Well, but just for fear of not saying somebody's name, and then
Okay.
I miss
Okay.
it.
Well,
What I
they know who
will
they
tell
are. They
what
know
I
who they
will tell you is
are.
that I had an amazing coach,
Mm-hmm.
and my coach was Coach D, Devona McClinton. And I
I
will
know
tell
Devon.
you,
Yes.
she was amazing in being a partner with me,
Mm-hmm.
being an alignment with me. I had a community of women that were professionals. One is now an attorney. The other one is, I think, doing some magnificent things in the world. The other one is a PhD nurse research. Another one is, and there's a list of them. Really, it really was not even, it was those 5 because we were core and we supported each other. But it was also at the time the gym that I was going to. Everybody was in the same mindset, which is very important because, Jerry, whenever you're trying to transform, and that's what we're talking about, you
Mm-hmm.
can't heal from where you got sick. So, in other words, when I was going on this journey, I had to let a lot of people go, Jerry, because they weren't on the same path. So, with my friends and including myself, so let me not exclude myself, I enjoy drinking. So, but that's the one thing that I couldn't do. So I couldn't hang around the friends that like to go drinking because I didn't want to be tempted to drink. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't go around friends that told me, "Oh, girl, don't worry about it. Just eat that. You always eating carrots, or you always eating a." I had to go around people who were equally in alignment with the same
It's
journey that I
supportive.
was
Yeah.
on in
Mm-hmm.
order for me to sustain it. So this fitness life is more than just about a stage. It's about you finding a tribe that can support you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And that's really the nugget of it all. That really is.
All right. Hey, you're watching Kicking It with GDOVE. My guest is SHERYL Grant. We're kicking it, talking about all things healthy, just not physically, but also in the mind. SHERYL is a longtime friend. She was on Sherry Shepherd's show, which we're going to get to that in just a second. But a media personality, master trainer, and as you can tell, a well-spoken person. So if you need anybody to come and do kind of like what she's doing now at your corporate office, your home, your wherever, SHERYL's available for that
I'm
kind of thing, right?
I
Yeah.
am. I am.
So what you touched on a little bit earlier, and is how women can return to loving themselves at any age. And is this specifically for women, or can men learn from this as well?
Men can learn from this, absolutely. I don't think
Hmm.
it has a race, a gender, or a religion, or any of that. It's really about a mindset. I personally train women because I am a woman, I am a Black woman, and so I want to be inspiring to women because I know what I go through in creating a community in a circle. And
Hmm.
I have a 90-day boot camp in which I help women to transform every day. And so if you want to check that out, you can always go to my website. But no, it's not the methodology that I teach. And so the system that I came up with, Jerry, is called the Connect Dot system.
Hmm.
Connect Dots consist of two components: the FIT methodology and the C4 matrix. FIT is very simple. FIT for me stands for faith, intuition, and tenacity. The faith to believe in yourself and understand your why. Intuition, which we need now more than anything. Learning how to trust your gut, and tenacity, the will to just push through. Once you do that and you take care of you, then in order to sustain it, in order to scale it, which means grow it, then you're going to need a community. And I came up with the C4 matrix because it's powerful. C4 in old Army and Navy terms is dynamite, right? And so C stands for communication, like Jerry and I are doing.
Hmm.
Communication creates connection. Connection creates collaboration. Collaboration creates community. And then the hidden C is change. That's where real transformation happens. So I teach women how to get mentally strong as well as physically strong. Because if you're not here, then this is not going to last.
Right. Now, what are some of your success stories? I know you've probably been doing this for a while and touched a lot of people, but who have you touched that touched your heart, and have they gone on to do the same thing that you're doing? Is that a great level of success and that kind of thing? So what are you talking about here?
I'm going to tell you, Jerry, one of my goals was to reach 100 million women, and
100 million.
100 million. And here goes the interest, the funny thing about that, because when I first started on this journey, I think I had about 10,000 followers. Now I have about 670,000 across all my social media platforms.
Wow.
And what I find is that I get stories all the time, Jerry, of people that I didn't even know I impacted, people that I've never met, people
Mhm.
that I don't know, that will call me and tell me one of two things. One, I transformed their life and that they are now eating healthier or working out more often, and or are actually now training, doing the same exact thing that I'm doing.
Mhm.
So that is my life's passion and purpose, is to empower women to understand that don't let anybody ever tell you what you can't do. The only person stopping you from your goal is you. So if you
Mhm.
say you can't, you're right. You can't. But if you say you can't, you're right, you can. It's about reaching out and connecting with like-minded people and creating that community like I have with Jerry, that we're always here to support each other. He came
Mhm.
to when I was living in Atlanta, although I'm not there now.
I did,
Yes,
yes. Yeah.
but we're always connecting. And then if I can give him something or he can give me something, and not even looking forward for something in return, just because we want to support and uplift. And I think in this climate that we're in, that's the best place to be, is being in support of community in any way that you possibly can.
Hmm. So you can be reached obviously now with social media and with what we're doing right now. We're
Yeah.
not even in the same city, but we can do this. This is how people can learn from you. Or do you do classes, or do you do one-on-one? Will you fly to them? Can they fly to you? Or what's the best way to find and reach and feel the essence of SHERYL Grant?
I know if you don't feel it on this video.
I feel it. I'm ready to. I don't know about the drinking part, but other than that, I'm ready. I don't know about the abs part.
Jerry,
Other than that,
sometimes I
I'm
don't know
ready.
about the drinking part either,
Other,
but I got to do what I got to do. First of
other than
all,
the
so
eating
first,
right, I mean, I'm with you though. I'm with you.
yeah. So first, you can reach me at on any of my social media platforms, and I'm on
Mhm.
all of them: TikTok, YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on all the social media, LinkedIn. I'm on all the social media channels, and everything Sheryl Grant, SHERYLGRANT, as you can see on the screen. Yes, I do speak. So if you're in need of a speaker, you're in need of a coach, an executive coach, you're in need of a trainer. I'm a master certified trainer. So you're needing of a trainer. I have a nutrition certification. That's very different than a dietitian. So let me be very clear, but I can help guide you. And I'm here to transform lives. So yes, I am here. And I really want to say thank you, Jerry, because the work that I'm doing, I don't feel that it's work at all. I'm very passionate, if you can't tell, about what I'm doing. And I realize that this bug, it bit me and it's in my spirit. I can't walk away even if I wanted to. My goal is just to touch lives and help women be the best version of themselves, no matter how old they are.
Well, you do a fantastic job of it. And I'm so glad that you came on Kicking It with GDOVE, and we were able to kick it for a few minutes and share some time with you. So once again, if you want to get a hold of the girl here, go to SHERYLGrant.com and just follow her on all these different pages. You do a daily kind of thing. I know you did that for a long time with a daily.
Yeah,
message and
Sheryl
all
Grant,
that.
we are actually, it's funny that you should mention that. I have about 2 or 3 really exciting new projects coming up. So please do stay tuned. I used to do something called Fit Live, and where I would do live interviews. We're kind of reinventing that or re-engineering that. So that will be coming back. We have some other exciting things that are happening on my platform. My biggest thing right now that I am doing that I'm really excited about is my boot camp. It's a 90-day transformation camp. If you're interested in really transforming from the inside out, then please do contact me. Or if you're in need of a coach, or you need a coaching, you don't know how to get started, you are just really looking for a starting point and somebody to be a champion for you, then know that I'm your girl and I got you.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Sheryl. Thank you so much. So you've been watching Kicking It with GDOVE. If you can see this episode on our YouTube channel, it'll be on LinkedIn, it'll be on X. I'll probably post it on Facebook as well, and you'll see it all over the place. You can always follow me on YouTube at GDOVE Designs, or go to our IRTS show. That's where we do that show every Tuesday. Doing a lot of different things on my end as well. So follow me, follow Sheryl. We'll see you next time with another episode of Kicking It with GDOVE.
Thank